What's up? Juno here, and it's election day. And if you live in the United States and are registered to vote, no matter which state you live in, you should exercise your right to vote. It's very important, especially looking at the campaigns and the various candidates and ballot measures that have been placed on various states. It's imperative, in a way. Now, I want to talk about a few things. Most importantly, the types of people that are running for this election. Now, this may not be viewed as a major election because, well, it's mostly electing state representatives and various propositions and stuff like that. However, certain states do have some things that are very, very important and could be potentially making a change for the better. But the one thing that I think is most important is trying to keep the insane, outlandish crazies out of office. Because you know what they're going to do? They're going to set things back. That's what they're going to do, and it's laughable how some politicians that are running are going about displaying what they stand for. It's infuriating. Now, I'm not going to tell you how to vote, but I will give you a little bit of insight on how I did vote. Now, in California, one of the probably most publicized initiatives that's on the ballot this time around is Proposition 19. And I did a whole video on this, and you know, probably if you've seen that video, where I stand on it. And I voted yes on it, because I find this war on drugs to be a pointless waste of time, money, and effort. Enforcing laws, especially regarding to marijuana, are a waste of police time, they're a waste of resources. You're putting people in jail who are non-violent offenders, who are taking the spot of someone who could be a murderer or a violent criminal or someone who is a predator towards children or any other segment of the population. And what do you have with someone who gets caught with a little bit of marijuana or over an ounce of marijuana? Nothing. You have someone who enjoys a naturally growing herb. That's it. It's a stupid law and a stupid way to enforce things. It's a pointless thing, but there's a whole video that I've made regarding my opinion on that. And for this election, I did something that I have never done before, and that is vote for a third-party candidate. Now, I'm not going to say which third-party candidate I voted for, but it was a third-party candidate nonetheless, because to me, the major political parties, the Republicans and the Democrats in my state, the people that were running for various offices, did not impress me in the slightest. And I did do my research into it, and they seem pretty much the same. So that was a new experience for me, and you know what? I know that my candidate that I voted for governor isn't going to win, but at least I know that I wasn't voting for someone who I completely disagree with. So, while it might have been a fruitless effort, I feel better about myself. But I think it's very important to keep those people who do not represent the opinions that you may hold out of places of power, because they're going to get drunk with power, and you see, even it doesn't even matter what the person or the politician is. A lot of the time, they're career politicians, or they want to become career politicians. That means they are career liars. I don't trust politicians on any side. I'm not a Republican nor a Democrat. I would view myself as a left-leaning centrist slightly, but I like bits and pieces from a lot of political parties. I think a lot of them have valid arguments on some things. Just I could not vote entirely down one party line at all. It's just not my cup of tea, because I'm not going to agree with someone entirely. Even with the governor who I chose, or the possible governor that could be elected, although probably doubtful, I don't agree with all of his policies, but I agree with the majority of them. And you're probably not going to find someone who you agree with wholeheartedly. But those people who don't do their research and just vote based off a few things, or because a common thing, especially in some states, is religious basis, when a lot of people don't realize, or they won't acknowledge, that religion should have nothing to do with who you choose for political office, because a elected official, especially in terms of politics, should not be basing their rulings or their decisions off religion. Of course, it's pandering to the idiots, but it's not going to necessarily be in a good light. And I think that's a very important issue, which a lot of people seem to not really care about, and that bugs the shit out of me, and it'll probably bug the shit out of any other person who is not religious. But, like I said, if you're registered to vote, and if you're in the United States, you should go vote. I've already turned in my ballot. I vote absentee, so I'm already done. But I wish all of you out there good luck if you're in the United States, and have your voice heard. Anyway, do your part. Blaspheme daily.